UFC Fight Night Tatsuro Taira versus Hyun-Sung Park is this Saturday, and I'm gonna be giving my predictions for the entire card. This is a decent card. It's actually a pretty good card for a fucking Apex card, but you know what I'm saying. It is still an Apex card. A lot of prospects, a lot of up and coming guys. Not really any established guys besides I guess Taira, because he did just fight. What's his face, Brandon Royval. So, but yeah, it's still a really good card. There's a lot of canceled fights that would have been fucking made it even fucking better. Like Bulgari was supposed to be on this card. Torres Finney, I know his last fight was shit, but he was supposed to be on this card. Albazi was supposed to be on this card. Fuck it, but yo, this is like, bro. Bro, cut Albazi from the fucking company. I'm sick of this guy, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, look at all these canceled fucking fights. I know, like, some of them weren't his fucking fault, but, like, the dude barely shows up, bro. Like, what the fuck? And when he does show up, he fucking robs Kai Kara France and gets whooped by Moreno. It's like, there's no use for him. You know, he's not a super entertaining fighter, and I don't see him touching a belt, so there's no reason to keep him around. Also, Andre Lima versus Felipe Boons. I think that would have been a good fight. We would have seen where Andre Lima was at. You know what I'm saying? He did just beat the shit out of, Felipe Dos Santos. He also got bit by this Igor Serrano dude, which is fucking hilarious. But we would have seen, like, you know what I'm saying, if he was actually good. Felipe Bunes is a tough guy. He's not the best guy in the world, but he's very tough. And, yeah, I would have liked to see that fight, but, you know what I'm saying, it's not happening. But let's get to the fucking card. Starting off the early prelims is Austin Bahi versus John Yanez. I'm going to go with Austin Bahi. I don't know who this John Yanez dude is. He's making his debut. He is coming from Fury FC. That's where Joshua Van came from. So maybe he's that, but I've never seen him fight, so I can't say nothing. I did see Austin Bahi's fight against what's his face, Christian Rodriguez. I don't really remember much of it, but Christian Rodriguez is a good fighter. There's no shame to lose to that guy. And also, I vaguely remember the Dorian Ramos fight. Not much, but he looked impressive. He's 23 years of age. He's a little small for 145, being 5'6", but he does have a 70-inch reach, which is all right. But I think he's going to get it done against this dude who's making his debut in the company. Up next, we got Pereira Rodriguez versus Ketelin Souza. Let me look at the records real quick. Lost to Angela Hill, lost to Karine Silva, beat Yasmin Yoregui. This is an alright record. It's not bad at all. Pereira Rodriguez, lost to Jillian Roberts, beat Sam Hughes. They're both mid. I can say I'm gonna go with Ketelin Souza. I don't know. She just looks like a fighter more than Pereira Rodriguez, I guess. I vaguely remember that fucking that Jillian Roberts fight. I don't know why, but I do kind of remember that. But besides that, I don't really know either of these women. But I'm gonna go with Ketelin Souza. She's a little more handsome. Felipe Bunes versus Rafael Estevan. Rafael Estevan is taking this fight on short notice. He is undefeated, but who has he fought? Jesus Aguilar is 5-1. Charles Johnson is a very good win. Hold on, is he an underdog? Can I check on here? He's a heavy favorite. Hey, shit, I'm going with fucking Rafa. I was going to go with Felipe Bunes because this dude just took it on short notice. And I know Bunes is pretty decent. But, like, getting whooped by Van and beating Jose Johnson ain't going to compare to beating Charles Johnson, my brother. Charles Johnson chinned Joshua Van. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Rafael Estevan. I haven't been given fucking decision, and I'm going to go with Felipe Bunes and Rafael Estevan to also go to decision. Rafael Estevan 3, decision. What the fuck am I talking about? Rodolfo Vera versus Tresean Gore. Who is these niggas? He beat Armin Petrosian, Cody Brundage, lost to Crystal Curtis, lost to Anthony Hernandez. Those aren't bad losses. Petrosky's Tresean Gore is 5-3. Why is he in the company? Get this guy more experience. He's lost to Cody Brundage and Brian Battle. Brian Battle is not a bad loss, but losing to Cody Brundage, brother, come on, what are you doing? His win against Entre Tricoli, that guy is only in the company because he's dating Mackenzie Dern. I'm going to go with Rodolfo Verrera. I've heard good things about Trayshawn Gore. I don't know why. I don't remember why, but I've heard he's all right. He's fucking... Why is he even in the company? He has so little fights. I don't know, bro. I'm going to go with Rodolfo Verrera. Better, not competition, but like more experience. And yeah, I think that's going to lead him to victory. Rinya Nakamura versus Nathan Fletcher. I think Rinya Nakamura is going to win this fight pretty easily. He did look shit in his last fight against Muin Gafurov, but I think Muin Gafurov is a decent, not decent, but good fighter. So, you know what I'm saying? No shame in losing to this guy. Actually, hold up. I might be mistaking Muin Gafurov for somebody else. Never mind. Muin Gafurov is shit. Shame for losing to Muin Gafurov, but at the same time, why do I know Nathan Fletcher? I do know him. Why do I know him, though? He fought Colin Longeren. I do remember this fight. Split decision. Good fight. He lost to Colin Longergen. It was a good fight, though. But I still think Rinya Nakamura is going to wrestle fuck him. And yeah, I'm going to go with Rinya Nakamura decision by domination. Nick Clean versus Andrei Puliev. Nick Clean he lost to Mansour Abdul Malik, who is a guy I know. What about Andrei Puliev? He's lost to Christian Leroy Duncan, which is also a guy I know. Neither guy they're both I'm gonna go with Nick Klein. He looks like one of my teammates, Tucker Eastwood. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Nick Klein. He actually doesn't look like him. I don't know. He got this similar hair. But yeah, I'm going to go with Nick Klein. Danny Silva versus Kevin Vallejos. Kevin Vallejos via utter domination. I got Kevin Vallejos beating the living shit out of Danny Silva. Why? Because Kevin Vallejos whooped Sung Woo Choi, knocked his ass out. He whooped Cam Teague, knocked his ass out. He whooped Gonzalo Contreras, you don't know any of these guys. But he was on the Contender Series, lost to Gene Silva, so they were like, we're not signing this guy. Whooped a bunch of guys, and then got into the UFC and beat up Sung Woo Choi. He looked impressive in that fight. He had some good boxing. For some reason, I keep confusing him for... I keep fucking confusing him for the guy that got knocked out by Vinicius Oliveira for whatever reason. But he's not that guy. I'm pretty sure I've said he was him before, but he's not that guy. And... who is this? What's his name again? Danny Silva doesn't have any wins that stand out to me, so I think Kevin Vallejos is going to whoop his ass. Up next, we got Neil Magny versus Elizeu Zaleski. Neil Magny is a journeyman, but at the same time, when you look at the guys he's losing to, Carlos Prates, Miles Morales, Ian Gary, Gilbert Durinho Verns, Shavkat Rakhmonov. He did lose to fucking Michael Chaser, which is a bad loss, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he's losing to decent guys. Is Elizeu Zaleski that level? No. He has a bunch of fucking fights, but he's also 38. I think Neil Magny might also be 38. He's 37. They're about the same age. I don't know. I think what's his fucking name? Neil Magny mostly loses to like young prospects, and this guy is not that. Lost to Chidi Njokuani, lost to Randy Brown. This draw with Renat Frank. These aren't bad losses though. Beat Benoit Saint Denis, but we already knew that guy was a fraud. I can see him beating Magny, but I just think Magny whoops him. I don't know why. I wouldn't say whoop. I think this is going to be a close decision. 29-28 decision for Neil Magny. Up next, we have Carol Hossa versus Nora Cornell. French woman. Let me look at the records. Oh my god. This is an ugly record. lost to Aileen Perez, Irene Aldana, Norma Dumont. These aren't bad losses, but then it's just like, it's a lot. Nora Canal hasn't fought. She beat Jocelyn Edwards, who's all right. Melissa Mullins, who's all right. I'm gonna go with Nora Canal. She's gonna beat Carl Rosa 29-28 decision. Carl Rosa wins the second round somehow, but gets beat the first and third. Up next, we have Esteban Ribovic versus Elvis Brenner. My boy, Esteban Ribovic. I don't know what's up with Argentina and producing amazing boxers, but we got two of them on the same fucking card. Esteban Ribovic put on an amazing fight with Daniel Zellhuber, a great fight. He did lose to Nasparat Hakparast, but I thought he won that fight, to be honest. But I can see why they gave it to him, Nasparat Hakparast, that is. But I don't know. I'm a big fan of this kid, Esteban Ribovic. He's 29. I thought he was younger, but still, like, I'm very excited for his future, and I think he beats Elvis Brenner pretty easily. Whoops him up, and yeah, I said he was a boxer. He's not really a boxer. He's just like, he's a good striker. That's what Esteban Ribovic is. What's his fucking name? Elvis Brenner lost to Joel Alvarez and Mitek Orablai. Not bad losses at all, but he did beat Graham Kutateletsi. Maybe I shouldn't pick. That is a good win. Graham Kutateletsi is a tricky guy to beat, but he has a lot of losses at the same time, so maybe he isn't a tricky guy to beat. But yeah, I'm not gonna rate two losses against a very good fighters that Esteban Ribovic has not been in the, cage with that caliber of fighter. You know what I'm saying? We thought Zellhuber was that caliber of fighter, but after that, not Rumble Johnson. What the fuck is his name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. But after the fucking, I was just watching this fight this morning too. Michael Johnson. After the Michael Johnson performance, you know what I'm saying? We now know that Daniel Zellhuber isn't really on that level. But at the same time, I don't care. I'm not rating losses that highly. I'm gonna go with Esteban Ribovic via KO. Second round. Second round KO for Esteban Ribovic. Up next, we got Chris Duncan versus Mateusz Rebecki. I'm gonna go with Mateusz Rebecki via decision. To be honest, I'm only picking him because of that fucking Orablai fight. The amount of punishment he put on Orablai was fucking ridiculous. Absolutely amazing. Chris Duncan is a guy who lost to Manuel Torres, not a bad loss. I mean, it kind of is a bad loss. Beat Yanala Shmuz. It's kind of just meh. You know what I'm saying? Kind of just meh. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say about Chris Duncan. Kind of just meh. I'm going to go with Mateusz Rebecki to beat him. I think he's gotten a lot better. There was a point in time where I didn't think he was a great fighter. I mean, he was beating these guys, but, you know what I'm saying? He didn't look like the most impressive guy in the world, but that Orablai fight showed that he leveled up. So I'm going to go with Mateusz Rebecki to win via decision. Tatsuro Taira versus Hyun-Sung Park. The Mexican Slayer, Tatsuro Taira versus Hyun-Sung Park. I was going to pick Taira to beat Albazi, but obviously I'm going to pick him to beat Hyun-Sung Park. He's taking this on short notice. I believe he only has like 2-3 fights in the company. 3 fights in the company. Beat Carlos Hernandez, beat Shannon Ross, and whoever this guy is. But he was supposed to fight fucking Steve Erceg. What the fuck? I don't know why I don't know why that was gonna happen. But Steve Erceg just fucking fought for a title last year. What the fuck is the UFC doing? Whatever, but at least the fight is not gonna happen anyways. I think Taira is gonna fucking dominate this dude. Also, he's fucking 25 years of age. I rate anyone that goes to a close decision with Brandon Royval very fucking highly. And yeah, he went to a close decision with Brandon Royval. So yeah, Taira beats Hyun-Sung Park, makes him look easy. He is undefeated, so maybe he might be trouble for Taira. But yeah, I think Taira beats him pretty easily, especially since it's on short notice. I don't know when that Usyk fight was supposed to happen. I don't think it was soon. I don't remember Usyk August 9th. That is pretty soon. So I guess it's not really short, that much of a short notice. But as it is an opponent change, Taira fights nothing like Usyk. So yeah. But I still think Taira pulls it off. Yeah, I think Taira pulls it off. But yeah, those are my predictions for UFC Fight Night. Taira versus Spark. Decent card, not the best. Nothing else really going on in the combat fucking sports world. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to just end it off here. But yeah, I'm probably going to do a watch along for this card. And yeah, see you boys there.